Hey, this is Edna White. Welcome back to tonight because we are just getting started. I'm so excited that you're here. But welcome back to another powerful check in. If you're ever over delivering emotional validation and undercharging to stay safe, we need to talk. This isn't mindful fluff, it's a survival pattern requiring programming. Today, we're going to dive deep into how people pleasing rooted in trauma can keep you broke. It's time to rewrite the script. So let's get real about this. Emotional deprivation leads to overservice or for free, right? I used to say when I first started this organization, well, if I could just help one person, it'll all be worth it. And I was undercharging for my services. I was doing things for free more than I should. And I was feeling really guilty about it because of the preconceived notions that because I didn't, or because I was new at this in the industry or my business was new, everything had to be free. And guess what? That was a lie. That was a complete lie that screwed up my entire time in my industry, doing what I wanted to do in my industry. So it took me longer because I had to work on the inside. And let me just tell you this, being an entrepreneur does not take anything external. You first got to work on your internal because you have a lot going on and a lot of mindset blocks and limitations that affect your business, that affect how you serve, that affect how you give, that accept that stop you from receiving. So when you're emotionally deprived, you seek external validation to fill that void. A lot of women, including myself, went into business because we were emotionally deprived. We said this phrase. We said this to ourselves and probably to everybody else. The love is just the love of what I have to do. My purpose is serving. And we said all these phrases that we didn't know what it meant. We had no idea what it meant. Because we did this business because we saw that if we were hurting, other people were hurting. Well, guess what that is? That's emotional deprived. You're going to help somebody else because nobody else helped you. Guess what? Emotional deprivation. You're seeking external validation to fill that void instead of filling that void first and then going out to serve. We do it backwards. Overgiving is your go-to. I was overgiving in everything and getting underpaid. Whether it's a free service or undercharging for your expertise, it feels good in the moment, but it's draining your resources and sabotaging your business. You have to stop thinking your value is linked to how much you give away. I was always thinking that till about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I was thinking that I have to give. And it's not true. It's linked to lies. It's linked to uneducated learning. It's linked to trauma. The second thing is approval addiction as a covert sabotage in your business. The need of approval. I've had several clients who were very good at what they did. Very good at what they did, but they didn't believe it for themselves. They didn't believe it. And they said, I got to get this certification, got to get this certification, got to get this certification, but was not doing any of it. So what are you collecting all these things for? And who were you collecting them for? That's the question. This is a constant validation, a constant approval that you need this approval, right? You need to keep continuing to go to school. You need to get this certificate. You need to scroll more, to learn more, to find this, share with somebody else. You need to do more of something all the time. It has a deep connection to trauma. It's the same pattern that shows up when you're afraid of rejection or fear, not being liked. Same thing, right? You get a, well, they're not going to accept me if I don't have a certificate. Well, guess what? Let's see. Where does that come from? The fear of not being liked. But here's the truth. That kind of approval seeking is covert sabotage in your business. You're saying yes to everyone at the cost of your peace, your energy, and your profits. Saying yes. You're saying yes, I'll talk to you for 15 minutes and I should be doing something in my business. I'm saying yes to you because you called without an appointment and you need advice, and I have a project that's due yesterday. Approval addiction. If I don't answer this phone call, people are going to be mad at me. Well, those people don't really need you. They were just using you. Those people don't understand business. Those people would never call someone else. See, we're the firemen. Those that have those approval addictions and the emotional deprivation, we're the firemen. So we come when the flames are high, not when they're smoldering and they can take something and douse it out. We're the ones that have to put out the fire, then put the house back together, then find out why it started. That's us. And isn't that a lot of work? Isn't that a lot of work? After a while, when people were calling me, knowing what I did, whether it would have been in real estate, whether it's been counseling, and they would call me after it's piled up so high, after there's so many issues, after the fire is burning everything down, they call me and ask me to do the impossible. And then holds me on the phone and hold my feet to the fire that I should be doing this. Yeah. Approval addiction is a covert sabotage in your business and in your life. Number 3, how to implement energetic boundaries without guilt. Let me tell you, when I first started instituting, I'm off on the weekends. I started this years ago when I had children and I was working in real estate. And I said, no weekends. And they were like, you can't survive without weekends. I sure can. And I started that a long time ago. And I'm sticking to it still to this day. Okay? You have to create boundaries without guilt. Then there's some things that I have problems kind of doing because if somebody calls me, I got to call them back. No, I don't. If they don't have an appointment, if they didn't email me and say, hey, Edna, I need to speak to you, give me 15 minutes. You got time at this time? I don't need to take their call. What do I need to take their call for? Because my time is just as important as theirs. They just thought of me because they needed me. And they said, oh, let me ring her phone. I know she'll pick up. Right? You need to set boundaries that mean something. Setting boundaries doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Just means that you're finally respecting your energy and your worth. The key is to implement energetic boundaries, energy around energy in a way that feels aligned and authentic. No more guilt, just clear, unapologetic value alignment. When you stop overgiving, you make space for true abundance to flow into your business. True abundance. And that's everything. Everything. It's not just money, it's opportunities, it's happiness, it's fun, it's joy, it's all of those things, profit, it's all of those things. Good aligned people, success, it's all of those things. It comes in. 4, money detox challenge. The 3-step boundary plus pricing reset. Now I'm gonna tell you this. I did this for myself. And I also created a program called Reset and Rise. But are you ready to reset? And here's the challenge for you. I want you to know this. Here's the challenge for you. 1, establish clear boundaries, right? Determine what you will. And here's the other caveat to that. And what you won't offer for free, right? Or what you won't have, or who you won't have around you. You know, reset your pricing. Charge what you truly are worth, not what you're comfortable with. Because what you're comfortable with in trauma is not the true number. Okay? Because it could be $1. And that's not going to keep your resources coming, and it's not going to be able to help you bless other people. See, in order to have money and profit, right? It's a circle. It's a continuous circle. You receive, you give. You receive, you give. You receive, you give. You lend back to the economic world, right? Economic development of the world. You give back. You help someone else, right? You can hire somebody. That's lending into the economic development, the ecosystem. You give back to that. Yeah. So it all works in tandem. Reset your pricing. Charge what you're truly worth, what your time is truly worth. Figure that out. Stop saying, I don't know. Stop not knowing what your time is worth per hour. Stop it. Not what you're comfortable with, or not what you think they can pay, because it's backwards. You're actually doing it out of comfort. It's just like this. Let me just say this. In the real world of housing, right? They don't, send out a survey probably every year, what every community needs, and you fill it out, and they take the stats of what your income is, right? Then they collect all of that and say, okay, affordable housing is, because all these numbers come back and we estimate them all together and they come back at a certain number. Let's just take 100,000. So 50% of the people in the area are 100,000. That's the number we're going to go by, making it really simple, right? And this is affordable housing. So they don't ask you how much you can pay for affordable housing. They take the 30% out of that, and then they say, okay, they can pay half of this. This is what housing will start at. This is what the rents will start at. So if it starts at $2,000 for 1 bedroom here in New York on Long Island, that's what it's going to be. They don't ask you. They go by that number that you're making. I'm amazed how people don't know what they make a year until they go to income tax, and they're only worried about if they're going to owe, or if they're going to get something back. They're not worried about that number, how much they made for the year. They're not worried about that. They don't even think about it, right? They don't worry about it. They don't think about it, and they don't know it. That's pretty bad. And the third thing is detox your money story. Let go of any beliefs that keep you stuck in people pleasing or undercharging. This is a financial path to ruin when you do this. You want liberation. You want to be free. Change, detox from that money story. So you have all these things. Money's the root of all evil, and you can't be happy with money. Rich people are miserable. All these things that you believe that limit you. They limit who you are, because what they do is they stop you from knowing who you really are. They stop you from really getting down to your original self. They stop it. Those thoughts, because the mind is only there to protect you. It's only there to protect you. That's all it does. Is the mind is there to protect you. Not the brain, but the mind, the what has been created through the pathways of your life, of treatment, of the systems. All of that, that's the pathways, right? So get rid of that. If you're ready to flip that script, let me just tell you this. If you're ready to flip that script, I'm going to tell you my breakthrough or my VIP days made just for you. And it gives you that type of liberation. The booking link is in the description, or you can press my link in the bio. I can help you dive into those personal resets and get you paid for what you're truly worth. Check out my website. You could see that some of the clients that worked with me have increased their income in those 90 days. Now, could you imagine what you could do in your 90 days, right? You could get a strategic plan on how to do that. All right? So until next time, heal your habits, honor your rates, and remember, you're not here to be liked, right? You're not here to be liked. You are here to live. And that's the most beautiful thing there is. You're here to get paid as well. Bye for now.